Starting interactively with a question, what's social in the social sciences? Important. When we talk about social, that social dimension in the social sciences, are we talking about social relationships among human beings? Are we talking about institutionalization, culture? We talk about tradition, we talk about mode of production, mode of communication, industrialization, globalization, and human relationship with the environment and society. What are we talking? As a social scientist, as a social researcher, as a social explorer, we actually talk about multiple factors existing in society. When we say what is social in the social sciences, we are not just looking one particular dimension or one particular area in a given society. We are actually hunting and looking for multiple factors, multiple possibilities, and multiple grounds in a given society when we talk about what is social in the social sciences. As social scientists, as researchers, we talk about mode of production, we talk about institutionalization structure, we talk about human society, its demography, we talk about, we also talk about economy, population, gender, rights, culture, tradition, belief systems, and we also talk about certainly a kind of that technology we use for communication. Globalization is one of the important area we talk about when we talk about what is social in the social science. So we talk about social sciences, this one, like we talk situatedness. Social situatedness is one thing. When we want to study a society or a phenomena or an event or a happening from a social point of view, historical situatedness is also another dimension we want to explore, and we explore as social scientists, as social researchers. When we study situations or events or happenings or a particular context from a historical point of view, what it was back in the history and what it is today in the history and what it is going to be tomorrow in future. So that's what maybe the traditional, maybe the economic structure, the structure of our economy, what it was back in the history and what it is today in the present time and what it is going to be in the times to come in near future. So that is what historical situatedness. But when I look at a social situation or an event as an explorer or researcher from a social situatedness, I would like to look into multiple factors. Once again, ample of possibilities I'm going to explore, and it is important because not just looking at political structures, economic structure, economic behavior, political behavior, but at the same time technology which is being used in our society and a kind of mode of communication, globalization, and its relationship, our relationship with the nature itself. Because what used to be our concerns with the nature now one changes dramatically, and at the same time they've been going massively dramatically changes because our concerns, our interactions, the way things have been sort of changing. They've been changing, not just changing, but they're changing dramatically and drastically. So the change is dramatic and drastic. That's the reason our situations, our challenges as social scientists, social explorers, and researchers have changed a lot, and certainly they are to be changed. And new perspectives, new methods, new social tools have to be explored, have to be invented in order to trace, in order to sort of pinpoint and comment on those understandings which have been undergoing massive and drastic and dramatic changes. Our relationship with the nature was very cozy, very interactive ever since the inception of this human history. But today, and what it was in the past was very simple, kind of. It was not very complex. But today, our relationship certainly very important, but have undergone changes and is very complex, because just merely looking from traditional scholars and scientists who've studied environment and climatological changes and our relationship, human society's relationship with the environment itself, have done tremendous amount of database for us. But we need to look and sort of explore and invent and build up a different database in order to make a better society, so that we can be compatible, we can be well going with the environment itself without causing much damage to it, and at the same time vice versa, so that it should also not give us damages and bumpy rides, because we've been experiencing bumpy rides and damages by the nature itself, and nature is also experiencing the same by the human society. So that is the reason our perspectives, our situations, not just historically situated perspectives and methods have to be uh, used, but social situated perspectives, methods, methodologies, and tools have to be explored, further worked upon, and invented, so that new methods, constructive possibilities can be figured out in order to make a compatible society and a human possibility. And together, we both can be compatible and have a cozy walk. Thanks a lot for listening, watching. This is Dr. Surendra Kumar speaking.